I'm Heidi Rocky of Rocky's Rad Resources, and I'm in my classroom today to bring you just a little bit on calendar math. I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek at my calendar math while I talk to you about some things that you should have in your calendar math. I am a huge proponent of calendar math. I really believe in it. I believe in the routine of it and the ways that you can delve into numbers and really look at how numbers are made simply through 15 to 20 minutes a day, and even less as you get closer to the end of the school year and that your students get more routines. I'm a proponent of calendar math starting in pre-K, and it can be done all the way up through 5th grade. There's lots of things you can do within calendar math in those upper intermediate levels. So today I'm just going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek at my calendar math. If you see behind me, I run a very simple calendar math program. I don't use a scripted program. I have used everyday counts in the past, but this is just my calendar math, very simple and easy. I don't use the numbered cards, although I have in the past. This year I decided I wanted to kind of be able to keep track, and so if you see up at the top of my calendar math, we have all of our past months. And by not using the little cards that you flip over, it allows me to keep all of those, and we can kind of see some patterns and look in the past of all we've done this school year. So all the way up there are all of our months, and then right here is our current month. We are in the month of May, and I just use a basic calendar that you can get at Target or Walmart, anything along those lines. It's empty and it's blank, and then we write on it. And so that way I'm still working on patterns, I'm working on color patterns. We started the year out with regular repeating patterns, we're now on growing patterns, and we do our patterns through the numbers. We just write them in a different color rather than having the cute graphic to flip. And don't get me wrong, I love the cute graphics. I even have some available at my TPT store, but for this class, for this year, this is what worked. Next to my calendar, you will see that I have my math board, and we use this board specifically just for calendar math. Everything that is on that board is also in our handy dandy little calendar book. And I have these available for you at rockysradresources.com, my website, Rocky's Shop, and they're beautiful in color, and if you have the resources to print them beautiful and in color, please do so. I'm sure that it's much more engaging for your students. I unfortunately don't have that resource to print 20 of these every month in color. So if you look, they turn out just as good in black and white. The kids love them, they decorate them. At the end of the month, I let them go back and color their little designs and all of that. And what's really important about these books is not as much the inside, although the back cover is great because we have the calendar itself. At the end of the month, we take a minute and write about what our favorite part of the month was. But inside, we have pages, and these I call my learning pages, and we do all of these things every day. Now, when I first started using these books, we would do every step together every day. But my kids have been doing them for a couple of months now, so they're pretty routine, and I actually use this as a transition time. I have about 5 minutes in between lunch and French, and so my students will pull these out, they'll get some of their work done, and they know what to do, and they can get a head start, and then when we come together, they're just checking and filling in the boxes they didn't get. They're checking their answers to make sure they got the right answers, things along those lines. And so within here, we're looking at the date, the number of days we've been in school, how many days of school are left. We are looking at what day it is today, yesterday, tomorrow, and then we're looking at the number of the day. Now, I have first graders this year, so for our number of the day, it's just the number of days we've been in school. With older students, you might want to start with a much larger number and keep counting up. You might want to start with the number of days of school total and count down, or you might just want to randomly assign a number. I've had teachers who have taken 3 dice, roll the dice, put them together as your digits, and that makes your number of the day. However you want to do it, whatever works for your classroom, but the idea is that you take that number and you explore it. This level learning page that my kids are working on is level 3. I have 3 levels harder and 2 levels lower. So there are definite variations within my calendar book ebook for you, depending on what grade level your kids are, where they are. If I had a couple more weeks, I would probably bump my kids up to a level 4 because most of my kids are pretty done with this. They've got it, they've mastered it, they're ready for a next step. But we have 12 days of school left. So we're probably going to stick with this one for the rest of the school year. And for our number of the day, we look at how many hundreds, how many tens, how many ones, expanded notation. We draw it in base 10 blocks. We tell whether it's odd or even. We do 10 more, 10 less, 1 more, 1 less, 5 more, 5 less, 100 more. And if you look up on my board, we have 100 less now because we've gotten that far, and I just added it up on the board. Like I said, my kids are really ready for the next level. And then at the bottom, we're working on money, okay? And I happen to be in Morocco, so even though my standards teach American money, on the board behind me, you'll see we do dirhams for Morocco and we do dollars for America. And so we do both. And it's actually been a wonderful way for my kids to look at counting and counting on, as well as to look at the different ways to make a number. So if we are making 160 dirhams, we can use a couple of 20s, whereas if we're making 160 cents, $1.60, we don't have any 20 coins. We can't use 8 20s. So what else can we use? And so we look at numbers and we talk about numbers on a daily basis using calendar math. And the calendar book is just an enhancement to the calendar math. It does not take the place of doing calendar with your kids every day, but it definitely enhances that time that you spend with your kids every day. And as they get more routine into the calendar book, it also allows you to kind of shorten your time that you're spending over here because they've got all the answers down. And so they should know what the answer is, and you can just call on them and get moving. And they love it also. You know, they love being interactive. They don't have to worry about, well, I didn't get to answer such and such a question because everyone's answered it in here. And I even from time to time say, well, ask your neighbor. Everybody tell a neighbor, all right, now what's the answer up here? And it just makes it more interactive and works so much better. So right now I have these calendar books for sale up for you at Rocky's shop. Please feel free to stop by and take a look at them. There are some free samples that you can download a couple of months completely for free. And you can go ahead and grab all of the 6 level pages and a cover for every month of the year as well. All right, thank you so much for being here with me today in my classroom, Casablanca, Morocco. And I hope to talk to you again in another of these wonderful little videos. Have a great day.